Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm doing a reading, and when I asked what this reading is going to be about, I was told time for them to see your power. Girl, flex. It's time to flex. I'm saying. Let me just breathe. I'm gonna breathe. Okay. I'm just gonna breathe and let myself get these cards ready. Whew. Thank you for this reminder, Lindsay. You guys. Oops. Hi, Kitty Claw. You guys, I'm going to have a morphogenetic fundamentals workshop, and this is where I'm going to be teaching so much. And it's going to be a thing where you're going to learn during this workshop how to harness your own energy in a way that you've probably never harnessed before. So as I'm getting these cards ready, I'm just going to share with you, I teach energetic work, and no, it's not Reiki. No, it's not Reiki. It's far different from Reiki. How and why? Well, I teach you how to access frequencies from 12th dimension and higher, whereas Reiki cannot go over third dimensional frequencies. That means when you do energetic work on yourself using the modality that I teach, no one taught me this. I came into this life just knowing how to work energy. Weird, right? Seriously weird. Yeah. No one taught me this. I just know how to. And it's something that has completely altered my life. It's helped me during some tremendous times of upheaval, as you guys probably see consistently. Much to my irritation, I use my energetic work to protect my space daily. So one of the things that you'll learn from this morphogenetic workshop that I'm going to do is how to protect your space, you and your family. That's very important during this day and age where people's behavior is just out of pocket. Like, are they even wearing pants? Their behavior is so out of pocket. It's like they don't even wear pants. Like, what's the point? Anywho, let's get started, guys. Do I want to? Yes. Okay. Let's pull 3 cards from here. So if you want to sign up, oh, and if you've done this workshop before, the option for the enhanced ticket will give you access to that enhanced ticket. It will be another event, a private event where I'm going to be doing activations that I do not offer publicly. And these activations are calibrated for the frequencies that are happening right now. So even if you've done it before, if you would like to get those activations, sign up again. All right, let's get started for real now. There's a lot of cards. Oh my God, there's a lot of cards. Can I put some back? Look at this. That's a lot of cards. Okay, I'm not going to freak out. Michael's like, are you going to freak out? No. My mama didn't raise no punk. She raised the bully. Okay, anyways. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, there's some upside down stuff happening. Okay. So there's some upside down stuff that's been happening, and this upside down stuff has been a thorn in your side, okay? There's been a lot of attempts to interfere with your process, interfere with your abundance. I'm not too sure that it's coming from you, but I'm also not too sure that it's coming from someone else. It feels like a mix of the two. It feels like the root is something inside you where your mindset, who you are, the way you see yourself, the way you limit yourself, it's become something that's now projected out into your environment. Maybe you are a projector. Am I too loud? Maybe you're a projector. Um, in any case, there's been a dedication to this foolery. Like, it needs to stop. The foolery needs to stop. You have to stop allowing your energy to be used to manifest things that are upside down, things that really don't serve you. Like, you want the things that you experience to be the things that serve you. Um, this is about calibrating the way you see the events of your life. Okay. This is about calibrating that. So when you begin to experience hardship, you have to begin discerning, is this hardship due to my mindset, or is it due to someone else's unauthorized interference with my process? You have to make sure of the root before you just start blaming other people or blaming yourself strictly. You have to understand the root. I saw this video on this girl, poor girl. I feel badly for her. Um, it was this thing of she's like, I'm that friend that doesn't have good luck and things always just keep happening to me. For example, she went to work one day, and as she was walking to her car, minding her own business, living her life, a homeless person came up to her and just punched her in the face. And she's like, oh my God. And I think what ended up happening was she ended up having to go to the hospital. And then she went to the hospital, other things happened, and then she slipped, fell, and hit her head, I think at the hospital. And so they had to x ray her head, um, do an MRI or something like that on her head. And they found that there was a tumor. And so she had to get surgery for the tumor. And it turns out they didn't get all of the tumor out for her brain surgery. And then so she had to start um, all of these other things. And it was like boom, 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 boom. One thing after another thing after another thing, nothing but bad stuff. I need to find the video. You guys need to understand the gravity of this. I'm going to find that video and I'm going to share it with you guys so that you can understand the gravity. Um, the thing that really stuck out, though, it was something that was really, really beautiful. Here it is. And she looks so good too. Okay. So I'm going to send it to myself. Yes, I can. Okay. This is important because there was a comment that someone had and it was profound. And I was like, there you go. You have it right there. That's it right there. Right there. That's it. But first I want you guys to see the video. All right.
I'm that friend that lives that can't catch a break dramatic lifestyle. I was randomly walking in downtown LA back to work and got punched in the face by a homeless person, and that broke my jaw. And then I had to get jaw surgery to fix it, and my immune system was super weak, and I ended up getting an infection and getting pneumonia. And then when I had pneumonia, I was super lightheaded, and I fell and I hit my head, and that led to a brain injury, which then we found a tumor in my brain, and then I had to get brain surgery to get the tumor out, and then it didn't get all the tumor out, so then I had to start radiation. And then I was walking to my radiation treatment the other day at the hospital, and in front of the hospital, I got run over by a car. They're on a stop sign.
Fuck. I love her energy. Like, she's like, they ran a stop sign. Like, girl, if I could just hug you, if I could just hug you and you tell me more about your life. Mm. So you see how her energy is? She's kind of just sharing what's happening, right? That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. But here's the powerful thing. The top comment says, okay, but the homeless guy kind of saved your life. She had a brain tumor. She had a brain tumor that she wasn't aware of. There were all these things that happened that eventually led to her getting the treatment that clearly she needed. She clearly needed that, right? And her energy speaks volumes about her ability to heal herself, to most likely look beyond what's happening, not ignore what's happening, right? Not ignore what's happening, kind of see a little bit of the humor, but it's not really funny, but it kind of is, but it's not, right? Um so there are things that are happening that have been upside down. We're going to need to really allow ourselves to recognize that we're upside down so that we can right ourselves back up. That this same message came through in a previous reading. I think it was yesterday's reading. If you want to correct the things that are going on, you need to begin correcting it from the inside out. If you are simply addressing the outside, you will continue to project into your environment what is happening inside. It will continue outside of you. Okay. For example, ooh, I don't want to admit this because my husband might be watching. And he's gonna be like, oh, okay. So this morning, today is gym day. He's been on a gym kick. Now I know how he feels. And I woke up exhausted. My right elbow feels a little bit injured. And I was thinking to myself, well, maybe he doesn't want to go to the gym because I woke up before him and he usually wakes up before me. And so I just quietly was on my phone browsing the web. And then he gets up and he's like, we got to go to the gym. Yeah. Because it's snow outside. I was like, sure, I'll get ready. And so I get ready and I'm thinking to myself, I guess he already made our gym drinks and stuff. I don't want to waste the creatine. So, not far from the house, brand new tire caught a flat. It was like a really wicked sound. I was like, what is that? I've heard that sound before. I didn't want to believe it's a flat tire because it's a brand new fucking tire. Anyways, so we stop in the middle of the road because there's nowhere else to stop because snow. And the rim is on the ground. It's on the ground. We called my son to come pick us up so that we could go back to the house, get the floor jack. Luckily, we have an extra set of rims and tires. My husband goes and gets that. I have to drive our vehicle that's tranny's gone out. And I'm just trying to find the humor in this. I'm trying so hard. And I'm just like, oh, my man looks good changing a tire in the road. Yeah, no. I was really trying to find the humor in it. We go to bring the tire back. Luckily, it has warranty. I see my husband put his workout bag in our other vehicle, and I'm just like, "Oh, we're going to the gym?" He goes, "Sure." I was like, "Fuck." And I was like, "Oh, can you get my boots inside my shoes because I have my snow boots on?" He gets my shoes, and he's like, he has to get his shoes too. He gives me my shoes, and he gets in the car. We take the wheel over to where we need to take it. Then we get to the gym, at which point he realizes he doesn't have his shoes. He has his snow boots. And I was like, maybe that means we shouldn't work out. All of these things are not near each other, okay? They're not near each other. And the thing is this. I was already thinking last night I shouldn't go to the gym today. I should rest because first off, my elbow is feeling kind of funky. I have a condition that makes my joints hypermobile. It's a genetic condition. I am a genetic anomaly. And the thing is, if I already feel like this, why am I going to go? Why am I going to go? So, for all I know, I just avoided tearing my ACL. Today's leg day. And if I'm going to do leg day, I'm going to blast the shit out of my legs because I only go once a week for legs. My goal was to lift over 70,000 pounds today. I would have torn my ACL. So, do I sit here and allow myself to be like, well, we don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure. Do I want to know that for sure? Fuck no, I don't. He didn't have his shoe. And there are retail stores not far from the gym. And he's like, should we just go in that retail store? No, we should not. No, we shouldn't. We should not go in there. We should not, because here's the thing. This is why I think all of this was going on to stop me from going to the gym. I broke my knee brace. The metal came out. It came out. So that means where it hinges, my knee is now susceptible. My knee doesn't just track like this, like bend like that. It goes sideways because I have a tight IT band. My IT bands are very, very tight. It pull my knee to the side and then tear it. I've had that happen before. So when life tries to redirect you, you have to listen. You have to listen. Okay? You have to listen. I could have easily been like, and it's true, when you do leg day and you do proper mechanics, it's actually best to not have shoes on because then your feet and your shins and your calves can do the work rather than being supported. But you have to have existing strength to be able to do that safely. He has existing strength. He has highly developed legs. And I could have just easily like, yo, you can work out without your shoes on. That's all good. And he would have been like, yeah, you think so? Yeah, no. We have to see the ways in which we're being redirected by life itself. These upside down cycles, they will not come to fulfillment when it comes to actually truly harming you if you listen. Your intuition is a superpower that you almost never use. Your intuition needs to be allowed to be cultivated and used in the way it's intended to be used. So, this says grounding, but really, what are they doing to the fields? They're cultivating it, they're preparing it to plant seeds. What seeds are you trying to plant in your soil? What seeds? Do tell. Are you planting healthy seeds, or are you simply allowing, you're cultivating the soil, but now you're not planting anything, so you're preparing your field to be overrun with weeds. Now, weeds are not useless. If you understand herbalism, you'll understand that many of the weeds that we discount, that we feel are irrelevant and just an absolute waste and a pest, they're actually very powerful. Dandelion is one of them, extremely nutrient dense, from the root to the flowers to the leaves, completely edible, has so much medicinal benefits. I mean, but we spray chemicals on that to kill it because it's ruining the garden. This is about really understanding where your power is and where it is not. I think for many of us, we're placing our trust in a power outside of us, a power that's false, a power that's not actually true power. It only seems powerful because we are giving it the definition of power. I could say a lot of stuff about a lot of 3-letter companies that I'm just going to leave it alone. Michael says, leave it alone. Okay, fine. So, feminine, lady, goddess in reverse. All of us have goddess energy inside us, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of your beliefs. You have masculine and feminine energy inside you, right? So if we all have that feminine energy, what are we doing with it? Are we allowing ourselves to create? Are we allowing ourselves to create opportunities that will get us to the next level? Next level of what? Well, what do you want to be on the next level of? If you think that you can't do this, that none of this applies to you, let me tell you, okay? Like, I mean, I don't have abilities. You don't need abilities. What are you talking about? You have shown yourself time and time again that you are capable of getting yourself to the next level of struggle, the next level of misery, the next level of sadness, disgrace, and all the other negative things. You're capable of getting to the next level. If you're capable of getting to the next level on this side of the spectrum, I promise you're capable of getting yourself to the level on this side of the spectrum. So, which will you choose? It's a sliding scale. You just nudge yourself to the other end of the scale. That's it. If I was capable of letting myself get as sick as I did, okay, I got pretty sick over the past year. I don't know if you guys realize that, because I just kept right on trucking like a mofo. Just kept right on trucking. Ain't got no time for this. Ain't got no days off. I kept right on trucking. So if I have the power to direct my thoughts to further create dis-ease, then I have the power to direct my thoughts towards the actions that will remove me from the dis-ease and place me into a space of health and wellness. It's just a matter of what we're choosing. No, you're not imagining things. You're not imagining things. You're not. You're not. These things that you're feeling, the information that you're pulling in, that you're taking, that your higher self is giving you, those are not imaginings. Okay. You're not imagining things. You don't need to rebirth yourself. What you need to do is hex the shit out of the people and situations. Oh my God. Oh, I'm tempted. I'm so tempted. No. Okay. We're redirecting ourselves. You need to remove the ugly that is not appropriate for you. Okay, whatever this ugliness is. Michael says, put this card away. I'm going to have a conversation with the divine masculine right now, real quick. Hold on. So you're going to have to banish the things that don't serve you. Hey, boo, what you want? I'm busy right now. I'm live streaming. What? Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, that's fabulous. You're living your best life. Amazing. I'm so genuinely happy for you. What would you like? What are you calling for? I'm sorry, what? Oh, you just want to remind me that I'm fabulous too? I know, right, boo? I am. Okay, toodles. I gotta go. I gotta go. Sorry. Okay. All seriousness, this masculine energy is upright, right? This masculine energy is upright, and that's telling me that you need to allow the masculine energy within you to be the very thing that defends you. Now, let's look. So it's this yin and yang that's happening. It's usually like this yin and yang that's occurring. Right now, it's like this. It's still a yin and yang that's occurring. It is the perfect pairing of opposing positions on a spectrum. Okay. These are one and the same energies, one and the same. Okay. Okay. Let me slow it on down. All right. We're going to let the masculine talk. Okay. And then she's going to have to listen. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to let them communicate. So still hurt. Okay. Still hurt about something, very much in the head, very much in the heart, not able to connect the two in a space of communication, healthy communication in the throat. That's probably why a large percentage of the people who have thyroid issues are typically female. So very much in the head, very much in the heart, there's a misalignment and there's a pooling of energy in the throat. This one is failing to communicate what needs to be communicated, though. There's intimidation that's going on, right? He's intimidated by her ability to hyper process actions. And because he's not communicating things properly, she's then creating a storyline within her head about what's going on, not rooted in any type of reality, but rooted in misalignment between logic and feeling. So that needs to stop. That needs to stop. It's time for them to see your power. Who is them? Who are they? Who is it that needs to see your power? We're about to get gangsta up in here. No, I'm kidding. Who is it that needs to see your power? Is it you? Who is them? Your insecurities? Or is them in reference to actual people in your life, right? Let's see. The love went upside down, and once the love went upside down, the messages did too. They were no longer being received. Now is a time for us to enter into a space of obedience to the higher self. Excuse me. Obedience to the higher self requires letting go of whatever storyline you've told yourself. It's this upside down high priestess of water. Okay. This kind of like not understanding, not knowing where your reactivity is rooted, what type of waters it's swimming in. If you are someone who is highly reactive, which I know I can be at times, most times, Michael goes at times, most times. What? I'm spicy. I am. I'm spicy. I don't mean to be, but I am. Anyways, it's because I'm an individual. So this high priestess of water in reverse, it's like this thing of not using your innate abilities to see, to understand, to gain clarity in times of murky waters. You're not using that to do what you need to do. Instead, it's being used to drain you. So is this a case of incepted thoughts where there's an attempt to go ahead and access you without entering into your field? And instead of you realizing that it's something outside of you, because the sound of your voice, the inflection you use to speak, you know, the way, the words that you use, all of that is being mimicked. And so you're thinking these are your thoughts. You are an individual. Do not allow things outside of you to be the very thing that affects you. So here, look. You're an individual, but you're not being an individual right now. For some of you, instead, you're trying to follow the status quo. You're feeling invisible. The secondary portion of this invisible card message is that there is something that you are not recognizing, that you are probably not seeing, that is causing you to behave in a way that does not honor you or your path. that needs to be corrected. Okay, that definitely needs to be something that is addressed. I'm telling you, the morphogenetic workshop, this one, hold on, let me get it on the screen. The morphogenetic fundamentals workshop will help you learn all of these things. I can teach you massive amounts of life altering content in 4 hours. For people who have ever taken my classes, people who have taken workshops and things like that, y'all already know, like, I don't hold back with the information. I really give you as much as you need, to the point where sometimes it's like, whoa, my brain. So with this workshop, you can find it on my Academy website, k33academy.com. With this workshop, within 4 hours, you will be more powerful than the highest of the high levels of Reiki. Not even joking. You'll be much more powerful than that. And I'm not even teaching you yet how to work on people. I'm just letting you know you have a powerful reserve inside you that you're not tapping into. How? Why? Well, because those pathways have been shut down. And guess what? Call me a locksmith. I know how to unlock those things. I absolutely know how to unlock those things. I know how to give you access to your power. You need to begin accessing your power. You need to step out of this space of like letting other people have that kind of access to you. The moment you learn how to tap into your power, your abilities, you don't have to give your power away anymore. You don't have to have the debilitating fear that so many of us have. I'm just saying. Yeah. Lisa says the workshop is like information overload, but yet it's simply beautiful. Lindsay says your classes have definitely changed my life and allowed me to see myself in a different perspective. A lot of my students, a lot of the people who participate in my workshops, these are people who can attest, like, I didn't do anything. Their knowledge, their access to themselves has completely changed their life, from being able to move to where they want to move, changing their life from something chaotic into something peaceful, something much more manageable for them, being able to create enough of an energetic charge that allows for them to be able to manifest the situations that they want and need for themselves. I'm not claiming this is what's going to happen. I'm telling you, this is what my students and workshop participants very often report back to me. Okay. So these are the results that I'm seeing from people. This is not the goal. My goal is simply to make you aware. But this is what's happening. Awareness takes you to a whole nother place of existence. Being aware that you have the ability to absolutely determine where your life goes. Because you do. You do. A lot of the services that you would go and get from people, even from myself, are things that you should be able to do for yourself. You should be able to work on your chakras. You should be able to have the clarity. You should be able to have all of these things. Yes, the workshop is recorded. If you can't make it live, which I do highly encourage you to be there live so that you could have an even more integrative experience. You can ask me questions. You're going to be doing the exercises together with me. But if you can't, or if you have to leave early or come late, the workshop, the entirety of it is recorded and you have access to it after the workshop is done. You can keep practicing with that as the class like the recorded portion of the class, or you could use a PDF because it does come with a PDF. Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's going to require an investment in yourself in order to change the way you see yourself. It's going to require that. I used to be of the mindset of just giving things away, and quite a few of you who know me from Facebook have no fucking problem giving things away. None whatsoever. And then I realized after a period, you know what? I'm not helping you. I'm enabling this belief that you can't do it yourself. That doesn't help you. That coddles the fear. So, part of how you're going to show them your insecurities, your power, is by making the decisions that create the invested opportunities, right? You're investing in opportunities for growth. That can be through taking classes, workshops. It can be investing in services that you feel and know you need. It could be so many different things. It could be investing in some type of class or workshop that can take you to the next level in your job, right? Like if you have it in you to spend on nonsensical things, you have it in you to spend on the things that are long term investments for you. Not one singular thing will completely change your life if you do not change your mindset. The mindset is the key. So, High Priestess of Air, really allowing yourself to get to a space where, you know, your communication, your intake of air is you taking in the truth, you allowing your truth, you allowing all of these different things. I mean, time is going to pass no matter what. This is what I tell myself. Time is going to pass no matter what. If you're thinking, okay, there's something that I want to do, but it's going to take me X amount of weeks, X amount of months, X amount of years, those weeks, months, and years will still pass no matter what. You might as well invest your time and energy in something that will cause those weeks, months, and years that are passing you by, regardless, to be an investment in your future. If it's simply doing exercises, um, by yourself with all of these different like books, all of these different ways in which you're allowing yourself to really become aware of the blockages that your mindset creates. Your mindset is what creates the blockages. When you try and control, it creates blockages. Most people don't know that. When you try and control a situation, you're creating a blockage, because in order to control, you have to block off all the other avenues that energy can take, energy can use. So you're diverting the energy back to where you want it to go. But if you are not aware that you're doing this, and you're doing it in a way that's excessive due to fear, insecurities, things like that, you're going to create a lot of blockages within your life. And then eventually it becomes like a prison. Okay. You have to be honest with yourself. The most powerful thing you can do is be very, very, very honest with yourself about where you're going within your journey. Okay. You have to be honest with yourself. High Priestess of Fire. So we had the water, the air, and the fire. There's no earth. That's interesting. Okay. So the water is about flowing. You need to master your flow. The air is about communication, the taking in and replenishment of the cells. So you can go weeks, months without eating. You can go days, maybe a week without drinking. You can go mere minutes without air. So this is about the basic needs, right? This is about understanding the fundamentals of what your needs are. That water and that air, those are crucial. When you pair the water with the air, and you allow the fire, the high priestess of fire, to come forward. I mean, the air is what feeds the flames, it fuels it. It helps to intensify that alchemical change that's occurring because of the burn, right? Now, when you add water into that mix, you can also temper that flame and lessen it. Not necessarily completely put it out, but you can lessen that so it doesn't destroy everything. That passion is going to be regulated by the water. So you have the air and the water regulating the fire. I'd say you have all of the elements that are necessary to really allow yourself to succeed. Can I tell you something? I don't know if you've been feeling it. A cycle has been initiated. This cycle is intended to crush your hopes, to crush your dreams, to crush your potential, to crush your options, to crush you financially. This next cycle, it's been initiated. I don't care. Michael says you should not have said that. I don't care. The cycle was initiated. You're going to begin feeling the crush if you haven't already. If you do something about it now, you'll be able to not be crushed. If you are able to find a way to solidify your fortification, you will not be crushed. It's like putting a block that is not crushable, right? Something that has a greater tensile strength than the pounds of pressure of a hydraulic press. You know, I don't know all of that stuff, but I do know there's a tensile strength and the pounds of pressure of a hydraulic press. So when you can fortify yourself beyond what the pounds of pressure are for that hydraulic press, you can't get crushed. You might be made to feel, a little uncomfortable, right? It's a little bit nerve wracking to be kept in a hydraulic press, but you won't be crushed. And maybe that potential of being crushed by the weight of the obligation, by the weight of society and all of these other programs that are running, maybe that's the very impetus for you to begin not just preventing yourself from being crushed, but actually pushing back. You know what my life has taught me? You can choose to either not be crushed or you can choose to push back. I found when I try to simply do the least by simply not being crushed, choosing that as my option, it emboldened other aspects of my toxicity to be projected out into my environment and experienced by me through other people. When I finally began pushing back, not to fight, but because I'd had enough, I experienced a period of mental fatigue and I was just like, you know what? That's fucking it. That's it. Nice, Emmy. Sit the fuck down because you're not doing what needs to be done. Savage as fuck, Emmy. Stand up, girlfriend. We're tagging you in. Get in that ring. Let me tell you, Savage Emmy will win at any cost. You want to try and destroy me? The only options are I will win or we will both be destroyed because, honey, I'm not going down alone. When people began to realize this, they stopped fucking with me. Because guess what? When I say I won't go down alone, see, I never live my life outside of a space of integrity. What you going to say to people that I did? What you gonna say? There's nothing I need to hide. There's nothing that I'm ashamed of. You're gonna say that what? Why I don't like a person that they already know I don't like them. I already banned them from everything. They know it's not hidden. What you gonna say? What are you gonna reveal? Nothing. Because I live my life with integrity. There is nothing for me to be afraid of. There are no skeletons in the closet. There's just some beautifully folded towels. Okay. To sop up your tears when you realize I'm fortified in truth. I'm not fortified by aesthetics. I'm not fortified by the amount of coffins I have that hide the skeletons I'm afraid people will find. I'm fortified in truth. What do I have to be afraid of? And when you begin living your life in such a way where you fortify yourself with your truth, literally, what do you have to be afraid of? I need to be afraid. Oh, someone's going to tell my husband something. Go ahead. He has all my passwords because I can't remember them. What you going to tell him? Something he already probably read? what you going to tell him? Something that he and I probably laughed about? Yeah. There's nothing. There is nothing. And maybe part of what needs to happen is this space that you're existing in where you're afraid someone will know this, someone will know that, someone, and it's not to say you're a bad person. It's to say that maybe you live with a little too much pride. And that pride, that fear that stems from the pride that doesn't allow you to have the freedom to not care if people know that what you're struggling this month. Oh, okay, a lot of people are struggling this month. It's no biggie. I mean, it's a biggie, but it's not something that will make you look bad. It's literally a lot of people are struggling this month. With that, what else? What else could you like? I can't even think of examples because really, for me, there's nothing that you need to be ashamed of for your life. What do you need to be ashamed of? That someone could have this vice grip around your throat. Nothing. 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 So stop being afraid. Stop being a prisoner of your own life. You're diverting all of your energy that could go towards your manifesting the life you want and need. And you're diverting it towards prideful things that really are inconsequential. If we're going to really be honest, it's inconsequential. It's not going to feed you. But your pride can definitely make you starve. So there's some decisions needing to be made, okay? There's a need for gratitude. Being grateful for the type of circumstance that your life brings you that will get you to the next place, whatever that next place is. It's something that's going to continue to elevate your understanding of yourself. It's going to continue to make you proud of yourself in a healthy way, not living in a prideful way, but having pride in the way you live. Ooh, those are two different things. Not just because of the way the words are arranged to form a sentence, but because they mean two different things. Being full of pride and having pride in the way you live are two different things, at least for me. Being full of pride means aesthetics. It means trying to impress people with material things. It means playing a role, behaving like a character, never accepting your authentic self, but having pride of the way you live. You're proud of the way you are, who you are, meaning you're acknowledging what you've been through and that not only did you survive it, not only did you get through it, you're now in a space where you're being prepared to thrive. You should be proud of that. You accomplished a lot. You didn't let it break you. Instead, you allowed it to break you open. That's huge. That's something that should be celebrated. You should take pride in a job well done. not in being able to afford this or that, because fashion and material things, these are things that are designed to consistently cause you to keep chasing, to keep running through a rat maze for the rat race. Let them misunderstand you. Let them misjudge you. Let them think that you are less than what you actually are. And don't even pause to gloat or smirk when you are presented with the opportunity to allow your shine, to allow others to see your limitless nature. Don't even bother. Just do what you need to do, excel in the ways you need to excel. This period where you think you have no options, you have to this, you don't have to do any of that. Yeah, I know you're going to have to live through the consequences of whatever your choices are. That's why I say you don't have to do what other people tell you to do. Like, even for me, all of these things that I'm saying, you don't have to listen to any of that. You're going to live through it, though. You're going to live through it. That's not a threat. You're going to live through your choices. You're going to live through the lack of balance. If I'm over here telling you, like, hey, things are upside down, are you okay like that? Or do you want to be right side up? Because I'm looking at you and I'm clearly seeing things are upside down. And you're like, no, no, there's no problem here. What are you talking about? Like, how dare you? Okay. You're the one that's upside down, not me. So I assume you want to be like that. Be that way. It's no bother to me. It's your life. I fully support people's sovereignty and their ability to decide things for themselves. But just know that when you do that, what ends up happening is you're upside down in your shadow aspects. Your transformation will be perceived as upside down. Your ability to free yourself from those situations will be upside down. And you won't be able to even recognize anything because guess what? You are too proud to admit, even to yourself, in the privacy of your thoughts, that there is some really effed up stuff happening. At which point you are complicit in whatever it is you're experiencing. That is not you exercising your power. That is you existing in a space of shame and guilt, two of the most powerful programs being run on this planet, super effective in controlling you. Those two programs, the shame and guilt program, woo, especially if you're an empath, woo, ooh, ooh. Yeah, those are very effective. That's why when people try and do the shame and the guilt thing with me, it's an immediate reaction from me. Immediate. It's not even a reaction, it's a response because I've thought about this long and hard for many years. And part of the way that I show people my power is by no longer participating in shame or guilt. I'm not going to feel ashamed or guilty. I will acknowledge when I make a misstep. And if that misstep negatively impacts you, I will apologize. But I will not be ashamed. I will not allow myself to enter into that guilt space because no, no, no. Allow yourself to enter into a space of stillness. Be still, okay? Be still. Once you are still, just like a seed, you will understand there are plenty of reasons to celebrate. Plenty, 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 plenty. They might not be the reasons that you think you need to celebrate, but I promise you it will be something worth celebrating so long as you allow yourself to shine. But why do I have to shine? Can you see in the dark? No? Then you're going to need to shine. Be your own light so you can find your way back to your path. But Emmy, I thought you said soul doesn't have a path. Yeah, when you're exploring your wilderness, when you're exploring new parts of you, when you are actively seeking out parts of your power that you haven't yet become acquainted with. But there is a path to get you back home to your internal spaces, a space that serves as a silent temple for you to gather all the pieces that became fractionated in the noise of your self doubt. Soul is a totality. Just because what lies before you as you explore yourself and your realms is a wilderness and there's no path does not mean you haven't blazed the path behind you. You see, the path behind you, it's not behind you if you turn to face yourself. Whatever direction you're facing is forward. You could be facing upwards, that's still forwards. You could be facing straight ahead, that's forwards. You can turn to the left, that's still forwards to me. It's all forwards. Your perspective has been greatly, greatly distorted because you've been taking in the limited understanding and distorted, flawed logic of humans who came before you. Now, their teachings and their words, they served a purpose at some point. But once you have gotten to a place where you are in full understanding of what it is they were trying to communicate, it's time for you to see that they were simply a step in the right direction of rediscovering the truth inside you. Your truth exists inside you, not outside of you as someone else's words. Someone else's words can help to create a ping of resonance that you can use to search within yourself. And when the resonance is reflected by an aspect of you, you know you found the right part. It's like trying to match the frequency that is created when you bang a glass cup with a tuning fork and trying to match that frequency with the frequency of the tuning fork inside you. When they have complete resonance, you know you found the right thing. And sometimes that's why we get triggered, because that's our soul's way of pinging. That is your soul's way of helping you to calibrate to the frequency you're looking for inside you. Soul is so profound in the way it has so divinely designed you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. If you allow yourself to really be present in what your soul is teaching, you'll learn so much. You will uncover so much of your truth and your power. But again, if you're refusing to shine, then it's not going to be a good thing. It's definitely not going to be a good thing, okay? And if you're refusing to shine because the people in your environment don't give you permission to shine, let me tell you a reality, okay? You didn't need their permission to be born. The only permission you needed to be born and to exist and to continue to exist is the permission of the Most High. When you have that type of validation, you don't need anything else to validate you. That's it. That's all you need. That remembrance that God co-signed you. God co-signs all of the things that you have destined for you. So who else do you need? That God co-signing you is not enough. I mean, was it not God who created all things? The omnipresent, omnipotent power, the omni-consciousness capable of omni-love. I mean, what else did you need? The very thing that is the everything, the nothing, and the spaces in between. The light, the darkness, and the shadows where they play. I mean, what else did you need to accept yourself? You've already been accepted. It's the reason you exist. You have to stop seeking the approval of a human being who doesn't even understand themselves. So, Emmy, are you saying that there is no living human being that completely understands themselves? Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm human too. That includes me. I don't fully understand myself. So, why are you offended? Every single human being. The humans that finally get to a point where they fully understand whatever it is they need to understand, it's usually that moment before they take their last breath. But see, when you take your last breath, you're no longer here and you're no longer counted among the humans. You're not meant to understand everything as you live. That understanding comes right as you exit, because you're now graduating to another form of existence since you have mastered this one. So we have to stop with a goal of mastery, right? This ascended master kaka stuff. Yeah. Just the term master is like it's just I can't even do it. Yeah. No. 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 No, no, no. Past life returns. So this past life is coming back. Maybe it's like a remembrance of something. Maybe it's an old cycle that's cycling back in, and that cycling back in is to trigger you. You're getting too comfortable in the space that you're currently existing in, which, that's not uncommon. When you get when you get too comfortable in the space you're existing in, you have a tendency to be less compliant with what your soul is asking you to learn, to achieve, the new levels your soul is inviting you to enter into. And when that occurs, things will happen from a space of duality. This right or wrong, this black or white, light and dark. Like, no, 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 no. So long as you only claim one aspect of yourself, one end of the spectrum, you will continue to exist in a duality. Okay. What does that mean? Okay. So I have this understanding, and I can say this because I understand why I'm like this. I have this understanding of how different I am based on etheric power. And again, I can say that without feeling guilty or ashamed or embarrassed, because I understand I need elevations in etheric power in order to better serve whatever purpose I am here to serve. And whatever that purpose is, it is for the betterment of the entirety of everything that lives in this realm. Okay. So, yeah, I'm here to help. And here's the thing though, in order for me to tap into that power, as a very feminine looking person with very masculine energy, I have struggled much of my life over that very subject, over that very thought, that very insecurity, right? For a while, I completely embraced my masculine aspects. I had no female friends. I could not get along with females, not because I was arguing with them, but I just could not stand females. And I don't know why. Well, because I was existing in a toxic masculine state. That's why. And I was projecting my fear that females would not accept me because I felt so different from them. The females weren't the issue. My internal circumstance was the issue. My distorted perception was the issue. And because of my internal circumstance and my distorted perception, I was only focusing on the females who were capable of being a reflection of my own toxicity. There's no blaming there. There is simply an acknowledgement of what I need to correct within myself. So then I could project a correction into my environment. Now I have female friends and male friends. Why? Because I see nothing wrong with being a female at this point. Would you believe I was super embarrassed to be a woman? That's silly. I mean, now I can see the silliness of it, but back then it was something very, very serious. Like, I did not like that. I did not like that. Why? Because my body's been objectified since childhood. Yes, it's been objectified since childhood. I've had considerable sized breasts since I was like in second grade. And because of that, and growing up in a very toxic, masculine type environment, I was taught to believe that other women were jealous of me and that men only want one thing from me. And so if I embrace my masculinity and dress like a man, then I'd be one of the guys. I'm not a guy. I'm not a guy. I'm just me, a very feminine, masculine woman. I am now a totality. If you come at me aggressively, my masculine side will come forward and protect the softness of my feminine side. If you take it too far with my masculine, the warrior queen inside me will come out. Now you're fucked. You see, to be a woman is not to be a damsel in distress. It's to sit with pride on my throne, within my throne room, knowing all these masculine aspects of me will defend me. But if it came down to it, I am the queen and I will defend my kingdom. I can handle anything life brings my way. Except that flat tire this morning, that shit. I was watching my husband change that wheel, and I was like, I could not pick that up. I'd be fucking stuck. He picked it up easy peasy. You guys, he measured it because I was like, that's big. He measured it and he said it was a 31-inch. 31. I was like, yeah, I can't. I can't. All I can do is sit in the other car and just stay warm because I can't even. Luckily, my husband is nice and beefy because he changed it. And I was just like, yeah, that we would have been stuck because no, I die in snow. I have to stay warm. But that's the thing. Before it used to be this thing of like, no, I don't need anyone. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Not only do I need other people, other humans, I want other people. I want people around. I've stepped finally into a place of power and totality that I'm not afraid to have people around, that I'm not afraid to experience vulnerability, that I'm not afraid for other people to witness my vulnerability, that I'm not afraid to ask for help and receive that help. I'm not afraid anymore. I was for so long. It is a big ass tire. Comes off a truck. So, like, I could probably curl up into the center of that rim. You could probably, if you dismount the tire off the rim, I could probably sit inside it and be rolled down a hill. I Yeah, I think I could fit in there. I don't have wide hips, so I'm pretty sure I could fit in that wheel. I'm pretty sure of it. It's big. It's big. I want to say one rim with a tire on. And it was a brand new tire too, so it had all the treads still. I don't even want to think about it. It's making me dizzy. Redirection, Sejal. Allowing yourself to be redirected towards the very thing that you actually deserve, right? Not allowing yourself to simply cling to the direction you already are facing because, I don't know, because you're facing that direction. It's the equivalent of this. You weren't paying attention to the GPS, and so you missed your turn. You were supposed to make a left turn. You find out a quarter mile down the road because you notice your GPS is now recalibrating. And you're like, well, I'll just keep going straight because I'm already facing this way. So rather than making a U turn at the quarter mile mark, you've added 10 miles because now you have to go all the way around the lake, and it's a 10-mile radius or perimeter around the lake. You have to go all the way around the lake to get to the place you were going. All you had to do was make a U turn at the quarter mile mark. 1/4 of a mile. Don't be so committed to the misdirection that you're going to further waste your time, energy, and life. Okay, so let's apply this to an in real life situation. Okay, you've been in a relationship or a friendship for 5 years, and you begin to realize, oh dang, this was a trauma bond. This person is super toxic. I didn't want this. This is not healthy for me. I'm going to talk to them about healing. I'm going to talk to them about, us moving forward from this together. And they're not interested. They want to stay in that same space of drama and pain and misery because now they've identified as the wound, and healing that wound means you are erasing their identity. They're going to fight that. Okay. So, what are you going to do? You going to be a ride or die? You going to be the Bonnie to their Clyde? Bonnie died. She got shot. Cut your losses. If someone is not willing to join you in a space of movement towards growth, movement towards healing, movement towards the next part, the better part, the best part, cut your losses. Cut your losses. Is it even a loss? Or can you shift your perception and simply see it as, wow, that was a 5-year long lesson. I learned a lot. They were such a good teacher for me personally, teaching me about trauma bonds and what I don't want and what love is not for me, what I do want, and the type of emphasis I need to place on my health, on my well being, and what is healthy for me. Like that was such a profound thing, but it's kind of time to go. It's time to move forward. It's time to let go of what has kept you bound to the same spaces of smallness for how long? You need to make progress. Okay. In order for a rebirth of magic to occur, you have to first be tapped into and be aware of how magical you actually are. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. For many of us, we've fallen for this. It's kind of like a lie. Okay. It's a half truth, which makes it a lie. It's this lie that if you believe it, it's what it is. No, they didn't fully explain that. What you believe wholeheartedly with your entire being and your emotions, your logic and your emotions lining up together and believing the same thing. Yes, it is what it is. If what you believe is merely logical, but your emotions don't match that logic, logic is a base type energy. Emotion is a much higher frequency. It's not confined to simply the physicality of the 3D realm. Emotion will always outrank intellect. When it comes to manifestation, emotion will always outrank your intellect, regardless of how smart you are. So when you have worked for 5, 10, 15 years on the logic that you deserve a good life, which I believe you do, but your emotions are still stuck in that space where you were first confined to a belief that you don't deserve anything, you're not worthy of anything, no one's going to want you, there is nothing better for you. That's what you're going to continue to manifest. And after a while, you will feel like you are lying to yourself because, in some ways, yes, you are. You're lying not about what you deserve, but about what you feel and your ability to manifest. That's what you're lying about because you took in someone else's lie. So, do you want to feel how powerful you are? Do you want to feel it? If you want to feel it, I can lift the veil from your eyes and heart for a moment, and we can let you feel how powerful you are. If you want to feel it, go ahead and put hashtag I am. Hashtag I am. And what I'm going to do is play myself some music, and you might hear it. I'm going to play myself a little music, my most favoriteest song ever. Okay. So if you're watching it live or if you're watching this recorded, just put hashtag I am. I'm calibrating this towards that hashtag. If you've ever been malignant or malicious towards me, whether outright or covertly, none of this will go to you. I will not allow you to experience the beauty of the way I love because you've had enough already. Let me just find the song that I want. So, for all of you wonderful people, let me hear. Love it. Okay. Ready? Take a deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Hashtag I am. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Feel the energy in your chest. Feel the flow of your emotion, of your thoughts, of your potential. Continue to breathe very deep, very slow. Don't stop yourself from feeling. This is your chance to feel how powerful you actually are. It comes with emotions, the awareness of how much of you, your power, your potential, and your purpose you've rejected. You're here for so much more than what you're being given. Allow yourself to feel. Feel how powerful you are, how necessary you are. Allow your awareness of how irreplaceable you are to rise. Become aware of it. No one can take your place. Feel it throbbing through your veins. Take a deep breath in. Slow exhale out. How do you guys feel? Can you feel why competition and comparison is so unnecessary? No one can take your place. No one can do what you were created to do in this life. You have a purpose that you don't understand, and just because you don't understand it does not negate the gravity of why you're here. You have rejected parts of you long enough. Do you feel how powerful you are? I did not send any energy. Everything you felt was your energy. It was you. The entire thing was you. Whatever you felt, the intensity of what you felt, it was you. So I'm telling you guys, you have to learn. You have to learn how to embrace what you are. You don't need to understand what you are. You need to learn to embrace what you are. And this is what I teach. I teach people how to tap into this power inside them. Imagine if you could use that for the betterment of your life, not at the expense of others. Imagine the way you change your own life based on your own terms and timeline. Again, not at the detriment of other people, but usually when you benefit, they benefit too. Can you believe that that was your energy? If you don't believe it was you, watch this part of the video again. I was too busy feeling my own energy. It's time for us to step up to the plate. We're being invited by our own souls to step up, not just for others, for ourselves, for our understanding of what we're here to do, for our understanding of our purpose, our passion, our own power. My power is not given to me so I can dominate you. My power is given to me so I can best serve in whatever capacity I was designed and destined to serve in. Do you want to learn how to work your energy? What kind of demonic thing can enter your field when you're this powerful? What kind of dark magic can have its effect on you when you are this powerful? I'm going to make another workshop available as well. So I have this workshop, the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop, where you're going to learn how to work your energy, just like how you felt today. I'm going to make a second workshop available, not just for the morphogenetic fundamentals, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to check my schedule and see when I can schedule in Black Magic Revocation workshop, where you are actually being taught how to undo what is being done to you. It's important for you to thrive. It's important to me personally that you thrive. It's important. It's important that you allow the change to occur. It's important that that change brings you to a new dimension within yourself, a space where you can tap into more of who you are, compassion for self, grace, understanding, all of that. It's important because it stops you from betraying yourself again. A lot of the betrayals you experience at this point, it's you betraying yourself. It's you finding the people who are willing to be the projection of your self-loathing and self-betrayal. Emmy, people always betray me. Do they? Or do you, on some level, to some degree, continue to seek out the very people who are willing to do what you are subconsciously hoping they do, which is hurt you, betray you, because you're still busy believing you need to be punished for existing? Who co-signed for you to be born? That's the question you ask yourself. Who co-signed my existence? There's only one answer there. God. You made a decision and God co-signed. That means you co-create this life with God. Do you guys feel that? That's intense. Arcturian activation. This is about healing. Arcturians were created as God's exploration of how to heal distortions, right? So this is about activating the parts of you that have the capacity to heal you. Heal. It's time to heal. Everything else comes after the healing is initiated. You don't have to be fully healed. You don't have to be fully anything. You just have to initiate and allow, initiate and allow, initiate and allow. Your soul can make anything happen for you. You simply have to initiate and allow. I'm living proof of this. Everything that I've done through the entire course of my entire life thus far, I merely had to initiate and allow. Allow meaning get out of my own way. Stop with the insecurities, the overthinking, the meddling that I used to do with my own journey. I was supposed to sit in the vehicle and observe. Why do you keep showing me that face? I'm sorry. Just Marlene, stop. Marlene keeps showing me something. I can't with you, woman. I can't with you. Leave me be. Okay. A new start is coming. You have to work through your fears because a new start is coming, right? Look at that. Look at that. See? The black hole. A new start is coming. All right. She's giggling too. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me blue. At times I feel good. Sometimes I feel used. Loving you, darling, makes me so confused. No, don't pair. I want you to turn off. Keep on falling in and out of love with you. I never loved someone way that I love you. Ooh, 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 ooh. She's asking me to stop singing. I thought you liked bluesy songs. Never felt this way. How do you give me so much pleasure? Cause me so much pain. You crazy woman. You crazy. Leave me be for real. Just when I thought taking more than would a fool. Okay. I'm done singing. I'm trying to drown you out. Please stop. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let whatever's happened in the past continue to be brought to the present. Let it be in the past. The reason it continues to be in your present is because you keep bringing it into your present, right? This is not about ignoring the past. This is about understanding that event is over. It's over. It's done. So now you're going to create new events. Excuse me. This woman is driving me nuts right now. Bring love into the situation, but it's in reverse. This isn't about love. This isn't about loving someone else. This is about loving yourself. This is about allowing the dirty, toxic waters to be emptied out and be refilled with something new, something refreshing, crisp water, water that horses are willing to drink. You know what they say, if the horse is not willing to drink it, it's not good water. So you shouldn't drink it either, right? There's that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Well, maybe it's not drinking because the water is toxic. You're toxic. I'm slipping under. Baby, can't you see? I'm calling. A guy like you should wear a warning. It's serious. I'm falling. I don't want to sing the whole time, Marlene. Really, stop talking to me. This is a song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it not knowing what it was. They'll keep right on singing it forever just because. This is a song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Okay, she's finally stopped. It's time to release negativity, but it's in reverse. So this is telling me that you're still holding on to things that you don't need to hold on to, things that are negative and affecting the polarity of your compass. Ooh, that's deep. That's deep. So, you know, your compass is magnetized, right? And because of the magnetic poles, that's what tells you what direction is what. Now, if you're going to lower your frequency by raising your vibration, that higher vibration is not superior. It is a lower state of consciousness, which then causes you to become much more magnetic than you are electric. When you become more magnetic, you then begin to affect your directionality because you think you know everything, which all of us go through that at some point. That's not some fatal flaw. That's definitely something that's just, you know, we have to be aware. We have to be aware of what state we're in within ourselves. Your commitment is being tested, but it's in reverse. And that's telling me, like, this is just, yeah, no, don't listen to these tests. Okay. Listen to your soul, not to the skewed type of logic that people will try and push on you to justify their campaigns and their ego driven activities. A lot of people are very driven by their ego. They want others and need others to make them feel as though they're worth something. You know, the reason a lot of people, I mean, aside from me possibly, probably being annoying, that's fine. That's fine. You think I'm annoying? Fuck you, anyways. I don't care. Aside from, you know, that part of the reason why for many neurotypical individuals it's very difficult to to fully appreciate the content that I create, the things that I say, is because I don't fit in. I don't, it's not this ego driven thing. It really F's with their ego because they thought they knew everything. And I'm like, no, that's not how it is. And they're like, well, you don't know. Okay, well, neither do you. We're both flawed humans. Don't be such a fucking asshole. You gotta step out of your comfort zone. And I think that's part of it, is that for some people you get so comfortable in that zone of assuming that you've already experienced everything and know everything that you need to know about yourself in your life. I tell you, I have been in an active state of awareness auditing for, let me see, I want to say since maybe 20 Oh no, it's not even 20. Wow, it's a long time. 1998, 1999. I've been actively auditing my level of awareness. Like I um, have been doing very intense periods of just like accountability checks, like, how did I co create this and things like that since like 1998, 1999 ish. And I mean, being as young as I was back then, gosh, it also comes with the age, right? Because I was like, what, 18, 19, 20-ish, late teens, early 20s. And at that age, not all, but most, really have this perception like I'm an adult now. I know you don't need to tell me. I get it. I was that age too. I went through that same phase. And it's just a phase because as I grew in maturity, intellectually, emotionally, um, mentally, energetically, spiritually, in all the different ways. As I grew in my maturity, I began to realize I really have a very minimal understanding of my own life. And the less I put emphasis on trying to understand and quantify my life, the more I was readily able to quantify what each lesson was years later, and be able to truly begin the process of kind of understanding why I went through what I went through, the way it affected me, and the way that effect helped to cultivate me in a way that was beneficial for my growth, for my personal journey, for my development as a divine being, having a human experience. So, it's at that age, again, it's not a bad thing. It's part of our natural, normal human development. But for some who are beyond that age, we never exit out of that stage because we haven't had anyone in our environment that either cared enough, had the courage to say it, or felt like they needed to bother with how you would take it if you heard something contrary to your existing current beliefs. I'm not here to correct you. I'm here to show you and share with you there are other beliefs that might be more applicable than what you currently hold as your truth. Now, it's not for me to tell you in an absolute sense of what you should believe about yourself. I'm here to simply share with you I've been there. I know what it feels like. I know the journey. You get out the other side perfectly fine if you let yourself keep going. But if you're going to stay stuck and stay in that place, damn it, woman, stop showing me that face. Stop. She's irritating me now. Are these two demonics? Hold on. We're good. So luck is on your side. Okay. Luck is on your side. That means advantageous positioning is occurring for you. I don't believe in luck. I believe in actively, consciously, cognitively co creating the types of circumstance, positioning, situations that will help to facilitate your very dreams, right? The coming to fruition of your very dreams. Let's do one final card and then I got to go. Why do I have to go? Because you're irritating me. That's why. Why else? Because you're irritating me, lady. Our relationship is reaching new levels of bonding. I've decided to just be like not brutally honest, but just blunt as fuck honest with her. It's true. That's what I've decided. I will be blunt as fuck honest with Miss Marlene. You know, we have the same initials. Marlene and I have the same initials. I'm saying. I am like a mirror of you, right? I would bet that you have a similar attitude. I would bet. I would bet you're just as spicy as I am with just as much salt. Have you ever had tamarind, chili, and sugar with salt? You know what I'm saying? You're like that. You're like tamarind. It's like I can't get enough, but at the same time, you give me diarrhea. She's like tamarind to me. Have y'all ever had tamarind? It's so yummy. It's like good for your liver and everything. But it gives me bubble guts, like Marlene does. Final shuffle. She's got nothing to say. You can be my tamarind and I can be your banana. Bananas are really good for verbal diarrhea. I'm saying if you got like bubble gutty and it's kind of loose and stuff, you just down quite a bit of banana and it will harden everything up, get it all solidified. I can be your banana, Marlene. She doesn't find any of this amusing. I do. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me blue. At times she feels good. Sometimes she feels used. Loving you, darling, makes Marlene confused. I'm serenading you. Card number 20. The all-encompassing hand. Let me just... You are the essence of my existence. Who am I? A mirror in your hand. Whatever you do, I will do. I'm your irresistible reflection. With every breath, I feel my heart is beating with yours. Excuse me. In your joy, I am exuberant. In your sadness, I am in sorrow. If you are bitter, I become bitter. If you are grace, I become grace. My joy is when I'm bewildered in your beauty and taste the sweetness of love on your lips. If I pick a rose without you, it becomes a thorn in my hand. If I am the thorn, I become the rose in yours. I have held your hand in mine for so long that I have long since ceased to distinguish where your sacred flesh once felt separate from mine. This sacred grasp pulses with love divine, and there is one hand holding and held, one being loving and loved. Though we may appear by less ecstatic angels to be two, the love that gives us this handfast, beloved, is so powerful. We could spin the entire universe upon its axis, and still our hands would be joined gently and yet enduringly in unfailing love and sublime friendship. Perhaps you are in need of reassurance, dearest one. Perhaps you've been feeling somewhat alone on your path or struggling with a matter deep within your precious, beautiful heart and speaking of it to no one. Such loneliness that can foster in the heart. With no other to bear witness to your life experience, you may question your life, your sanity, your truths, and create doubt where no doubt need be. This must be stopped now. You are worthy of so much more, and this suffering is not essential for your growth. It's time to let it be and to open up to the touch of grace. So this oracle comes to you as the hand of the divine. It is the all-encompassing hand, the hand that has no limitation upon the blessings it can bestow, upon the troubles it can lift from you. upon the tenderness it can communicate to you through sacred touch. Allow that divine hand to reach for you. Do not turn it away. Do not let old shame, guilt, or mistaken notions of false independence keep you from accepting this heavenly hand. This hand reaches to gently wipe away tears of the past. It will deftly unravel the ties that have bound your own hands, preventing you from fully giving and receiving according to your worth, which is incontestable and without limit. This divine hand will reach for you in meditations, your sleep, and your prayers. It will reach for you through life circumstances, through the smile or hug you receive from another, or the touch of another human being. It will reach you through the song of a bird, the falling of leaves, the soft fur of a beloved pet, through song lyrics that seem to speak what you are feeling deep inside, or the colorful dress of the stranger across the street who catches your eye and makes you smile. This divine hand is reaching for you now through this oracle. Yes, says the great beloved, I'm reaching for you. Yes, I know you. You are my own. I would never abandon you. Perhaps you've turned from me unknowingly, forgotten how much I love you because the world is a forgetful daze and ignores the caress of the breeze, the joyful acknowledgement of every sunrise, and the reverence made radiant in every sunset. Life is a touch bestowed by my hand. Shall you receive me? Let me love you. Let me restore your soul. Remind you there's nothing to fear now. Come, lay down your weapons and your fear for this moment. Quit using that mouth to cry for war or to cry in despair. Bring yourself to my table and use that mouth to taste some bold and rich wine instead. Enjoy with me in this moment the unbreakable bond that lies between us. Allow me to bring the cup of wine to your lips. Behind your head so gently lies my all-encompassing hand. Know the peace of my love so deeply it can register with you now that you shall never forget it. This oracle comes with a particular message for you. There may be a situation or circumstance in your life that you may feel is somehow unable to be solved. This oracle comes with reassurance that there is nothing beyond the reach of the divine hand of grace. All can be solved, all can be resolved. There is always a higher, better, more beautiful outcome possible. You're asked to pray using a sacred honoring ritual and to do so with conviction. The divine has this situation in hand, and all is unfolding as it should be. Ask for help each day by saying, I ask for help this day in all ways through unconditional love. Thank you. You can be more specific in your request, asking for help in a particular relationship or project too, if you wish. The divine wants to lend you a hand. You must ask for help first, however, so ask. Empower that all-powerful hand to grace to bless your life and your circumstance, your relationships and situations that have been or are yet to be for you. That was a beautiful card. I love that. I love that. That part, let me love you. Let me restore your soul and remind you there's nothing to fear now. I think for many of us, we need that restoration. Part of a restoration process is removing the rust, removing the old, banging out all the old dents so that it can take its proper shape once again. Sometimes it requires the harshness of chemicals to dissolve the years and years and years of grime, of grit, of things that are not part of whatever this beautiful creation is that's needing to be restored. I think for many of us, we've forgotten how to let others love us. Not only have we struggled with asking for help, we've struggled even more profoundly with allowing ourselves to receive the help we didn't even have the courage to ask for. It'll be okay. You'll be okay. Your life will be okay. Everything will be okay. You know how I know? The only guaranteed constant in creation is change. So if you're suffering right now, if you're struggling, if you are in the midst of feeling like you want to give up on whatever it is you're struggling through, wait for the change. It's coming. The only thing promised is change. And if you're having an amazing life right now, everything is amazing, you've accomplished things, you're so proud, savor it. Don't be in a rush. Savor it, because change is coming. The only thing promised is change. It's up to you how you'll experience that change and what that change will bring into your life. It's up to you. So start consciously choosing, being aware of what you choose, allowing yourself to flow, to dance through these different stages that you're going to experience as you're prepared for the next part and the next part and the next part. I know for many of us, we feel like we have no one. We feel this way because we're so different from the people in our environment. And we have this sense of, if only I had a friend who understood, if only I had someone to hold my hand. Let's do one last thing before we go. I want to do something for you guys. Place your right hand in your lap. No. Yes. Place your right hand in your lap with your palm facing up. I'm going to play some music. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you feel me holding your right hand. And so whenever you feel alone, just remember how this feels. Sorry, that was loud. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Allowing our perception to align. Feel my hand in yours. Feel my heart beating through your hand. You gently squeeze your hand. feel my heart pulsating in the fall. Take one more deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Allow yourself to come back to center. How do you guys feel? My energy is cold energy. Sorry. Do you still feel my hand around yours? Do you feel me still holding you? Good. Whenever you begin to feel afraid, whenever you begin to feel afraid, allow yourself to feel me holding your hand. There is nothing that we cannot get through together. Nothing. There is nothing that can stop me from being there for you when you need it the most. Nothing. Not time, not space, not distorted perceptions. There's nothing. So if you have no one, if you have believed for so long that you have no one in life, that's just changed right now, right here today. I'm right there with you. Even without you asking me to, even without you messaging me, I am right there with you. I'm right there. You felt it, right? So let go of whatever fear you have. Step forward with courage, with conviction. Whatever it is you need to do, get it done. Make the plans, begin to prepare, take the first steps forward. I'm walking right beside you as you do. You know we're going to change the world, right? You know that we already are, right? We are. You'll see it very soon. We are already changing the world as we change ourselves. It's a scary process, but it's one that's so beautiful when you allow yourself to see clearly. You guys are amazing. We're going to do good. We're already doing good. So guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.